Alright, this is Trapped Red. I wanted to talk about basic beginning guitar stuff, including the circle of fifths, which is a little confusing, but we'll try to wade through some of it. The sixth string is the fattest string. The thinnest string is the first string. So if you're talking about the skinniest string, it's always the first string. If you're talking about the thickest string, the fattest string, it's always the sixth string. So counting backwards then, from your pinky, this is the system I use too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the thumb handles 5 and 6. Okay? That's the right hand system. String 1, string 2, string 3, string 4, thumb handles 5 and 6. You plant them as resting positions on the string, very gently, like this. See? And then the thumb alternates. That's what I call an at-rest chordal position for your right hand. Now, the other technique that I use extensively is the Earl Scruggs claw hammer. Claw hammer, they call it a claw hammer because it's like two, you know, like a hammer with a claw. So it's a claw hammer technique. Now, a lot of people use these two hands and the thumb, claw hammer. I use the index finger and the thumb more, but I also use the middle finger in conjunction with the thumb, doing the alternative picking, because you can alternative pick different strings. For example, most of the melodies in the upper chordal structures are contained on these three strings, the G, the B, and the E. So you play with the thumb, you can play the other set of three as bass components. So a lot of times I'll be comping, like, you know, two chord stops, or even doing a 3 smear and using the thumb as a bass note to either pluck, slap, slide, pull off, or double stop a bass pattern. You know, and that's a lot of the way I produce some weird stuff. And I don't take time like a magazine transcriber would have to do to analyze my own playing, because to me that's pretty boring stuff and I hate it, and I've always hated it. So I just try to jam and let my heartstrings do the talking for me, which is a good way. Now on the guitar itself, the mechanics of the guitar, this is called the bridge for the neophytes out there. This is called the neck or nut on the neck, the nut stop. Anyways, some people call it end stop, but it's correctly called the nut. And from the nut to the bridge is called the string length. Now if you divide the string length in half, what you have is the 12th fret. The metal, exactly at the point where the metal touches the string, stops the string, is the halfway point. Now in order to sound it properly, you want to stop it above the stop point, but the stop point is the string length. Wherever the fret is stopped, that's the string length, is from the fret to the bridge. So this length here, the 12th fret, should be equal to the length from 12th fret down to the nut, which makes an octave. So the tone is and then an octave higher. Same thing with every string. Now that's vertically. Horizontally, you also have a 2-octave span. Funny how that works. From here to here is 2 octave. So this tonal length, the tonal length from here to here is the same as the tonal length from here to here, way up here, 2 octaves higher. Actually, theoretically it's up here, right here. But you can't see that because it's over the hole. It's invisible. That's what Eddie Van Halen was talking about. Watch, listen. He's telling you about how you can pick up the harmonics because they have more. Hear him? Harmonic series. That's how he does it, see? Because as you get closer to the bridge, the reflective product, or this, what you would call the space of the frets, gets narrower and narrower until theoretically they don't exist up here. But they do. It's so close. It's like, wait, I don't know if I can pull them off. There's a lot of road noise. You can hear that one pretty good on the wound string. It's a string that's wound. Puts it up better. Wish the cars would shut up. Noise pollution. Listen. Hear it? Anyway, so these are what are called false harmonics or sympathetic harmonics. You can also pick them up by using this, the devil horn technique, and I'll show you how to do that. You pluck with the pinky and you sound the harmonic with the index finger. That's one way. The other way is to use your thumb. So consequently, if you want to do some real trippy stuff, you can get 2 harmonics, one with the index finger and one with the pinky, and then you use your thumb to sweep the strings like Eddie. Watch. Like this. I'm doing it all messed up. So I'm very clumsy today. I'm having a clumsy day. Okay, now, like I said, you can pick up the false harmonics up here. Watch. You just got to practice at it, and then you get your hand limbered up. It gets calluses on the other fingers, not just this hand, and on your thumb in particular, because you want to use your thumb a lot, because your thumb is like, it's very key in doing a lot of stuff. It's like, you know, easy stuff. Anyways, as far as the circular fifth is concerned, it goes from C to C. There's 12 steps, 12 keys, and that's what the Western harmony system is based on. And so the frets are outlined for you, and they're lined out from open to 12. It's just that simple. So conceptually speaking, Western harmony is based on an open key where there's no accidentals, no sharps, no flats, which would be the key of C. All the white keys on the piano. If you just play the white keys, no black keys, you're in the key of C. And believe me, there's a lot of songs played in the key of C. So progressing then clockwise from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock around the circle of fifths, you find that the circle fifth goes from C to the first key, which has the first sharp, which is an F sharp. It's the key of G. So G has 1 sharp and it's F sharp. Progressing further, a fifth up from G, you will have the key of D, and the key of D then has 2 sharps, which would be F sharp and C sharp. So in order to name the sharp, you drop down one step below the name of the key, so from D to C, and then add a sharp. So G, key of G has one sharp, which is F sharp. Key of D has two sharps, which is F sharp and C sharp. Now, progressing still further, then the third key, or in position at 3 o'clock, then, would be A, the key of A. And to name its sharp, then drop one below G sharp. Progressing further, then, from A, a fifth above A is E. Name its sharp, drop one below D, add the sharp, D sharp. Are you getting the drift? So from E, then, the next key, a fifth above, would be B. Want to name it sharp? Drop one key below A, add the sharp, A sharp. That's how it's done. And I'll refer you to the chart for the rest of the stuff, because here's the trick. If you want to remember all the sharps and flats, start from the key of C and go counterclockwise and name the flats. I'll name them for you. It's a word called bead GCF. BEAD GCF. And it's just that simple. With using that method, you can name all the flats and the sharps, because the flats are already named. The first key with the first flat is F, so that's all you have to remember. F has one sharp, it's B flat. The next key after that is B flat, and it has two flats, B flat and E flat. Bead, BEAD GCF, names all the flats. So if you just remember that the key of F has one flat, it's B flat, and you know the word bead GCF, bead Gesuf, that's what I call it, you can name all the flats. And those flats will take you around to the enharmonic tones, which start at C, C and F, C flat and F flat. C flat is actually a B, the key of B. And we already know that B is the 6 o'clock position of the sharps. So you're already home. You just drive those sharps back home. So going in reverse, then you got B, E, A, D, G, and C. And you're home. And that's it. This is Trapper Ed.